Hey, Learning for Good listener. I appreciate you joining me each week to get tips and tricks for nonprofit L&D pros. I love sharing my experience and bringing you top guests from the field. But I'm not the only one doing the work around here. This podcast is edited and produced by my friends at Idea Blossoms. Idea Blossoms partners with consultants and organizations who either have or want to start a podcast. They do everything from the initial podcast launch to monthly podcast management and can support you with audio and video editing, as well as content repurposing if you want to share key ideas through blogs or newsletters or social media. I'm sharing this for two reasons. One, I am so grateful for Idea Blossoms and how they help me bring episodes to you each week. But two, I know many of you have or have considered offering a podcast as part of your learning strategy. As a key contributor and sponsor of this podcast, Idea Blossoms is offering an exclusive 30% discount for Learning for Good listeners, applied to the first invoice. They have 2 spots open for 2025, so head to ideablossoms.com or email Rosa at ideablossoms.com to get started. You can find links in the show notes, and don't forget to mention the Learning for Good podcast to claim this incredible offer.
Hey friend, do you want to offer meaningful learning solutions that create behavior change, fit in the flow of work, and yield real results for your nonprofit? If yes, this is the podcast for you. Join me as I explore instructional design and leadership development best practices, as well as change management, belonging, and influence. If we haven't met yet, I'm Heather, and I've been in your shoes. I'm a learning and development consultant and founder of Skill Masters Market. Before starting my business, I led learning and leadership development initiatives for a large national nonprofit. I know what it's like to need to develop your staff quickly and effectively and to build the relationships and cut through the organizational layers to be successful. And I'm bringing all of that to you in this podcast. So block your calendar, turn off your Teams or Slack chat, and let's dive in. It's Learning for Good.
Do you want to wear your red socks or your blue socks today? As a parent, I'm always looking for ways to make things go more smoothly. And one piece of advice I picked up along the way was to allow your toddler to feel like they have autonomy. They don't like being told what to do. Imagine that. Most of us don't. And they have such few choices in life because they're so little. So instead of constantly directing them about what to do, you can give them little age-appropriate choices. Going from, put on your red socks, which results in them ignoring you, or worse, to, do you want to wear your red socks or your blue socks today? And suddenly, they pick the socks they want and they put them on. This is a simplistic comparison, but this is one way I like to think about coaching. I could just tell you what you're doing wrong or what to do in a particular situation, or I could ask you questions to help you discover it yourself. And guess which one gets a better response? The one where the other person has autonomy. That's why today I'm sharing 3 coaching questions you can use to help improve staff performance. Let's dive in. It's Learning for Good. Performance is a constant challenge for us in our organizations. It sounds like we're growing, but our people just aren't keeping up. Or people nod in training, but nothing changes. Or we keep fixing the same problems over and over. I get it. And I love training. Training is a great way to teach a new skill. But training alone is rarely the answer. Because when we get back into our day-to-day, we fall back on old habits. We need more support than just training. And coaching is a great thing we can provide. Whether it's teaching our managers to be coaches or providing external coaches or pairing people up as peer coaches, coaching can provide huge value to our organization. And I love partnering with organizations to help them figure out the right solutions, the right combination to change performance in their unique situations. Training, coaching, job aids, whatever it is. I love that. Today, I want to talk about 3 coaching questions you can use to improve staff performance when things aren't going as planned. So again, these are questions that you could use as a leader. These are questions that you could teach your people managers to use with their staff, or that you could use with external partners as well. And it's based on the situation behavior impact framework for feedback, but it's flipped around to hold a coaching conversation instead. The first question, your perception of this situation. You want to get them talking, because as they talk, they will reveal not just the facts, but likely also their feelings. My colleague was angry. They accused me of not doing my work. I can't keep up. I'm overwhelmed. This is huge insight for you as the coach. And it's insight you don't necessarily get when you're just giving feedback. So it's great for the coach, but it's also great for the person being coached. We don't typically save a lot of time in our day and our week for reflection. So this question alone prompts the person to reflect on what's really happening. What is the situation? What is my perception of that? That's so valuable. The second question that follows, how are you responding to the situation? Again, this question prompts them to reflect and share. What is it that they are doing, not someone else? What are they doing? How are they contributing to the situation? Or in some cases, what are they not doing? This question gets them to name their action or inaction. And then the third question, what is the impact of that response? I love this question. It gets them to think about not just their action or inaction, but the impact of that. How is it affecting other people? How is it affecting the situation? How is it affecting me? How is it affecting myself? This is where the aha moments come in. Maybe the situation is we missed the deadline because of factors outside of the team's control. The behavior was, well, I got mad and I yelled at the team. And the impact, the team feels disrespected and morale is low. Now suddenly I am more fully aware of the situation and might be more receptive to guidance for how to navigate that situation. Or I might be able to figure it out on my own with this bonus question. What is the best possible outcome from here? The best possible outcome is that I'm able to mend these relationships, that I can go and I can take ownership for my behavior and I can apologize and the team kind of reconciles, right? As a coach, you can take their ideas for that best possible outcome and help them create a plan of action that feels aligned to their values and their vision and that meets the needs of that particular situation. So you're still getting to a place where you can improve performance, but they've had autonomy, they've had ownership into what the situation is and how they're responding. Those are things you don't get in training. They're things you learn on the job with coaching. That's why a more comprehensive approach to improving performance is so good. Without coaching, I might never learn that lesson, even if I've been to training. With coaching, I learn the lesson. I have a path to performance. And I've learned a skill of reflecting and dissecting the situation for future situations. So good. That's it for today. I'll see you next time on Learning for Good.
Hey friend, was this episode helpful for you? Did you like what you heard? Do you want more content like this? Here are 3 things you can do. Hit subscribe. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. Share this episode with a colleague. This means so much to me personally. I read every review, but it also helps me learn what content you like most so I can create more of what you want. All right, turn that Teams or Slack chat back on when you're ready, and I'll see you next time on Learning for Good.